Hi, it's Alex Houter. So I'd like to welcome you to this short video blog. Today I wanted to talk about something which I think really is an attitude, a kind of secret, a way of approaching situations that I think can make a radical difference. It's something that I followed on my recovery path. It's a way of looking at things that we've used as a clinic really from the very earliest days. It's really a way of approaching anything in life which is going to guarantee that you're always going to be moving forwards. And it's often an attitude that people which are at the absolute top of their game in any area, be it sport, be it in a relationship, be it in health, whatever it may be, is normally following this in some kind of way. It actually is something which comes from Japan in the business world back in, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 years ago in production lines. And then it was called the concept of Kaizen, which is being kind of translated into English as constant and never-ending improvement. And what it is basically whatever you're doing, always looking at how you could be doing it better. What this means to you on your recovery path is each little bit that you're looking at, be it working on your psychology, be it your work with nutrition, with diet, with supplements, be it looking at your environment, be it doing meditation practice, whatever it may be, it's really looking at how can I be improving in this area. And what you're not looking for is some big, massive, dramatic change. What you're looking for is the subtle changes. What's the kind of the small, incremental thing that if you change that is going to gradually spread out to a bigger change? It's almost like if you have two parallel lines going along and you make a 1 degree shift in one of those lines. It looks like nothing at first, but after a while that 1 degree becomes further and further and further away. So when I was on my own recovery path, although after a few years I was doing quite a lot of the stuff which ultimately made the difference, I was always looking at how could I be subtly improving this. And I think it's important that we bear in mind that we're not talking about here going into inner critic. This is the part of our mind which is always judging us and beating us up and telling ourselves that we're rubbish, we're stupid, we're this, we're that. And there's a whole bunch of material we produce as a clinic around the inner critic. If you are on Secrets, there's a CD on there. It's also one of the 98 program CDs. So I'm not going to really spend any time talking about that today. But what I don't want to have happen is people start to apply this constant never-ending improvement, but having that part of their mind telling themselves they're doing it wrong. Because it's not about being wrong. It's not that there's a right way and a wrong way to recover. It's simply at each stage of the recovery path, looking at what could you be doing just slightly differently. It might be as simple as something like doing your work on the psychology side and noticing that there are certain times of day where your state shifts or your energy shifts and you have a certain reaction to that. And that's maybe the point you least feel like doing it or using the tools that you've learned. But in that moment, you make the decision that you're going to shift something. Or it could be as simple as around on the nutrition side, that maybe there's something you've known you should be doing for a long time, like doing some vegetable juicing, something like that. And you've maybe got a juicer, you buy vegetables, and you never get around to doing it. So a little shift in that, again, can make a difference. Could be if you've done some at Linda's meditation groups, and you're doing a daily meditation practice, but maybe you're slightly sloppy in your attention to what you're doing. And again, a subtle change in just maybe making a commitment that maybe even you're going to meditate for a shorter period of time, but you're going to have more presence, you'll be more focused in that period of time you're doing it for. It's interesting also that as I developed this attitude in my own life, or my own recovery path, it's also one of the things that for the Optimum Health Clinic has made a massive difference, because we're always looking at how we can constantly, incrementally be improving what we're doing. And that comes down to always looking at integrating new approaches, new treatments and that kind of thing. But also right down to things like this blog site. This blog site was created out of us looking at what are we not doing that could improve what we're doing. And we realised with the vast amount of information that's always being generated by the clinic, that having something like this, where every few days we can be releasing new information, is a way of centering that information in one place. We're just about to do a massive relaunch of the Secrets Recovery website. The whole thing's actually been rebuilt from scratch. But again, it was looking at how do we make this more usable? How do we make this more user-friendly, more simple, make it easier to get access to the information that's on there? So really the summary of what I'm saying in this video blog is maybe take 3 things that you're doing on your recovery path and look at what subtle, incremental, easy to implement changes could you be making, and then make a commitment to do that. And remember, we're not talking here about going into beating yourself up and doing this for giving yourself a hard time. We're simply looking at subtle changes and then on a regular basis, ideally a daily basis, looking at what are the subtle, small things we can change that can move things forward. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll talk with you again very soon.